A conversation about some martial arts, Wing Chun, and everything glorious about our friggin' culture. It's what's going on. It's Saturday. We're live. We're gonna be doing these Saturday lives at noon Central, 1 Eastern. That would make it 11 Mountain and 10. What do you call it? Fucking help me out here. 10 o'clock, wouldn't it? I don't even know. Yeah, if you're listening on a replay, if you're watching on a replay, just jump ahead, right? Because the conversation, I don't have a guest today, so the conversation is going to be between us. So if you are listening on a podcast, because I do have this up on Spreaker, Spotify, iTunes, and iHeartRadio, them's fighting words of the podcast. So if you want to listen to this, we've got 5 other episodes up. And today we're going to be doing live Q&A with people. So if you want to jump ahead a little bit, go right ahead. Housekeeping. Don't forget, if you're new to the YouTube channel, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. You know, you see that little button that says share or thanks? Hit that thanks button. Throw us some monetary value like a tip that you like what you're seeing. If you're live in the chat, do the same thing. Upcoming things as we enter into the holiday season. I don't know what guests I want to bring on for more conversations. So if you guys have any suggestions, put in the comments who you'd like to see, or let me see. I'll give you what my email is. You guys can email me. It's izzowingchun@gmail.com. izzowingchun@gmail.com. Send me an email. Let me know what you want to see as far as comments. You know, who you would love to wind up talking about. But other than that, last couple episodes, we had Sifu Fu last week, which was interesting because I'd never really had a conversation with him. And he's a very, very, very brilliant, intelligent man. But at the same time, too, he's just fucking awesome. Awesome to just listen to as he instructs. I'm a fan of his crew, his class. I really appreciate them being on. We've had on Dan the Wolfman on an episode, Sifu Derek Chan. I'm enjoying these conversations. Wade, what's up, bro? What's going on in the chat? Chat's starting to come in again. If you are if you're just joining in and you're listening on the podcast, we just did some basic housekeeping. We are going to be doing these every Saturday. Sometimes it's going to be me and the guest. Sometimes it's going to be you guys and just hanging out. So I want to hear what you guys have to say, see your questions, all this kind of stuff. This, can't I? Yeah. Hey, let me look at this. Yeah, you guys can even see in the replay. I got the chats going on. I don't want to do that. How do I get that screen off there? Me and that stupid face. Jai McGee, what's up? Channel is great. Dude, appreciate that. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. Funo, what's up? Thanks for the comment. Well, that's because you are a fucking awesome person. You are. And you know what? I'm going to tell you. Where I lack in humility, you have buckets of humility, and it's insane. But I really loved our conversation because your energy as a human being is just amazing. It really is. And what you've done for the Wing Chun community is great. I talked in the podcast about how, I'd known forever certain things about Wing Chun, right? That are the core concrete fundamentals. And then it was like, 10 years ago, I'm watching one of Sifu Fu's videos, and he's talking about spirals in Wing Chun. I'm going, there are no spirals in Wing Chun. And then you look at the very first movement of the first form. When you open it, you define your center fighting line. What are you doing? When you go down with your, double gansas and you come up, that up and you're spiraling into a friggin' tansao. So I'm watching this going, oh my God. My entire life of Wing Chun is a lie, because it was right in front of me all this time. Absolutely. Appreciate that. So, I want to know what you guys want to talk about. I have to call Light Burley. I'd love to get him on. It's been way too long. I'm going to talk to Danny Horgan. I might be doing lunch with the Indianapolis Wing Chun crew on Wednesday. I think we're supposed to meet out there. But other than that, the future of the channel, that's in your hands. If you guys are loving this content. Sifu Fu, when do you go live? Do you guys have a set time and date that you could put in the comment section when you guys go live? Because you do Q&A. If anybody has not been smart enough to check that out, they need to. You know what I will do? Let me do this, because I'll go over some past comments while we're buffering this kind of stuff up on videos. Maybe some statements. Yeah, and I've been kind of brutal lately. You guys have seen me talking about Thomas Marks and his Wing Chun, and it's like, I did the last video I did was on the reality of fighting, and it's like it's irresponsible to teach movie kung fu and call it self-defense like you're going to get in a street fight. So, you know, I mean, over the years, and I was just doing this I have a law enforcement channel called Officer Dominick Izzo, and I just talk about how petty cops are. And I know I'm being petty in this realm of it, but I think it bears importance to be called out. Let me see. I want to go back and forth between, let's see. Jay says, I actually despise your online presence. As an instrument of the state, you discuss the art. Jay, that's fine. Tell your mother I'll be over about 9 o'clock. So, and it's always some, Jay, why are you hidden? Say your name. You know exactly who I am. Okay, great. Yay, Jay doesn't like me. Sifu Fu's content is Sunday, 4:30 to 5:30. Then members right after on YouTube. Enter Tai Chi, subscribe. Ninja's asking what's going on. Sifu Fu, is that Central or is that Eastern? It's Eastern time, right? You guys are Eastern time? Jay, and your thin blue line, BS, pettiness online, doxing people while complaining about being doxed is ridiculous. Okay, Jay. Thanks. Appreciate that. All right, it is Eastern time for Sifu Fu. Enter Tai Chi, enter Shaolin. We like their content. Again, Saturdays, noon, we'll do this Central time. I got to know who you guys want me to talk to. I might be doing something with Dan the Wolfman again. He and I texted the other day. I don't know if I can get Jai Harmon on. He's in China. I championed erectionists on J6. Okay. Thanks, Jay. Appreciate that. And you're supplying comments, so I'm going to do this as commentary. But it's fine by me. Trying to see if there's any questions from any of the comments I have that I can wind up re-looking at this for. Sunny Side up in here. So this is I don't know what this video is from. Bruh, people talk so much shit about Master Wong and show him no props that disgust me. That guy's a fucking badass. Actually got to talk to Master Wong. I'll leave Jay alone. Jay, here's what Jay is. Jay is one of two things. He's either a very, very butthurt police officer, which I don't want to talk about that content on this channel. I've got another channel, Officer Dominick Izzo. You guys go over there. Or he's somebody who couldn't get back into the academy. Very simple. Leave it alone. Survivor, how does one suppress the queer feelings one might have for an elderly cop? So what you should do, Survivor, don't fight the feelings, bro. Don't fight the feelings. And if it's for me, slide in my DMs. I'll charge you for nudes. It's okay. Rickster Dummer. I was a student of Tommy Carruthers' lineage and was brainwashed into believing Wing Chun is BS. About 5 years ago, you changed my mind. I know about Wing Chun, about fighting in general. Appreciate that. That's a big compliment. I appreciate that, man. Tommy Carruthers himself Tommy Carruthers himself, I wouldn't fight him. But that doesn't mean he could duplicate what he's doing, right? And to be honest, a lot of his stuff is based off of an attribute of explosive speed, right? Well, that diminishes as we get older. dude, I'm almost 50. I'm not even remotely as fast as I used to be. So I have to rely on strength because I've got old man strength. And yeah, for people, you're like on testosterone. Fuck, of course I am. Why the hell wouldn't you be on testosterone if you're closing in on your 50s? But anyways, when you get past what Tommy does a strong side lead and all of his moments are what Thomas dumbs down on. So it's like that eye jab to, where do I have this? Let's see. I mean, let's look at this then. Tommy Carruthers Jeet Kune Do, right? His stuff was based off of explosive speed. Okay, that's he could. This was a long time ago too. Awesome. Dude, so many of us were so fucking impressed by this shit years ago because you're like, dude, I want to be fast like this. But here's the problem. And if Tommy, and this is training, right? He's not demonstrating fighting. He's demonstrating training. But the second that one variable changes in anything, the game changes. Meaning, yeah, he's got perfect striking distance there. What if the guy moves in half an inch? What if he moves away half an inch? What if he lowers his level? See, Tommy's got a sequence, and that's the problem with Jeet Kune Do is they remove, a lot of guys remove the chi sao from the game. The chi sao teaches you where to go next without even thinking about it. These are all set. As much as they say there's no fixed, Bruce Lee didn't want fixed positions and shit like that, he created fixed positions. I mean, that's just what he did in his shit. He duplicated his own mess. But again, Tommy Carruthers is a different animal. He's a different guy. Thomas Marks, no, he's just a great minion for Tommy Carruthers to wind up having somebody who's going to keep promoting him as much as he does. Darren Wah, I hope I pronounced that right, man. It's been some years since I studied Wing Chun, but I don't remember ever hearing my instructor use the term trapping unless we were pinning an arm to the body or foot check. Then you were trained 100% correct. If you're not, gum sow energy just jamming into the body, it's pointless. That's 100%. Even Sifu Howard Bland from Black Rhino Martial Arts covers that in his stuff. Trapping doesn't, if you trap and you're like pivoting that subject on the elbow, that's it. I mean, how else could somebody my height, 5'7", defeat somebody who's 6 feet? You trap into the body. If you don't, you're done. Dude, Ed 7501. Old man strength is not a joke. I'm 51, stronger. You're probably stronger than you were when you're younger. Dude, it's my thing is now I got this fear of tearing shit. Like, I hate doing curls. I won't do regular curls. I only do hammer curls. And I'm terrified of going back on the bench because I felt a pop a while ago. Didn't tear anything, but I felt something pop. I'm like, damn it. But it's like our joints and our ligaments and tendons can handle the weight. But it's like I'm worried about tearing a muscle. But I bet you, Ed, you are stronger than you were when you were younger. Darren says, everything else considered, sticky hands. My question is, term trapping is not being used correctly. No, I think in your school, trapping is correctly. You don't trap the hands, you trap the body. 100%. Gregory Rob, oh man, I'm going to pronounce this, son of a bitch, right? Gregory Rob Zanovich. Dude, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Jay, I didn't stop commenting about your stuff, dude. You're here for police hate, and you want to talk about my police career, go comment on my YouTube channel, Officer Dominick Izzo. This is martial arts, man. I mean, we could ban you from the channel. I don't give a shit. Here, Jay. There you go, dude. Sorry. Jay's in timeout now. Old school Muzzy. Hey, Izzo, I learned a lot from your channel. New subscriber. You practice. I can't pronounce that. Goju Ryu. Now, I had a friend of mine years ago who did that. You guys, you could not pay me to stand in front of a hit that you're going to get because you can hit hard. You can hit and kick hard. So that's outstanding. CB Izzo, have you reviewed Lakeland Wing Chun Sifu Ock? I missed it. Apologize. He's aggressive methodology. Take it to the opponent. Your thoughts? I did a while ago. So I've got a personal interest in there. Sifu Ock you see how petty people are in the comments, right? Doesn't matter if it's Wing Chun or law enforcement, people suck ass. They really do. And if you're ever going to get an online presence and you expect to get somewhere, you have to be prepared for people who just fucking hate you. During that process, Justin Ock, Sifu Justin Ock of Lakeland, Florida, called me. Just want to say I like what you're doing. Hope you're all doing well. I appreciate it. If you ever need anything, let me know. And I was like, what? What is this shit? I don't know who this guy is. He would call once a month just to check up on me and see how I was. I don't know what his intent was, right? At first, I thought maybe he's trying to gain me as a student because I've got a pretty big martial arts YouTube channel, and he wants to gain me as a student. He never pursued that. That's what I thought, right? He turned out he just wanted to be a friend, and he was a great friend. Story about Sifu Ock is I actually leaned on him where I used to have guys come in my gym challenging. Instead of guys who are just pussies online, guys just come in the gym and challenge. And I always say, yeah, I'm not interested because I never wanted to take away from class time. Because when you fight, you fuck it. It changes your mindset. You turn into an asshole and it ruins your day. So I went to my Sifu and I'm like, dude, I don't know how to handle this. And, Syed and I were talking and Syed had the same mindset I do. He's like, dude, just don't do it. Ask him to leave. End of story. Great. We don't want to hurt people. I liked Ock's mentality. I called Justin and I'm like, dude, what are your thoughts on this? And he goes, you're an idiot because you're losing students. I said, what? He goes, my students, some of my best students are people who came in, criticized me, doubted my ability, and left with a bloody nose, split lip, or a cracked rib. Because no one wants to learn from somebody they think they're better than. And I went, holy shit. So Justin Ock in Florida, he's got one of the best Wing Chuns. He's under the Steve Lee Swift, Simon Lau lineage. And I do believe he's traveled all over, traveled with a bunch of people. So him and I, Sifu Justin Ock and I have the same lineage. But I think he's as a human being, he's a great fucking guy. He's just a great fucking guy. Gregory, can you make a video on the flow drill about defeating wrist grabs? You mentioned one problem about wrist. Yeah, I can. All right, I appreciate that. For you, for donating, absolutely. If you don't see it, would you remind me? Send me a email at izzowingchun at gmail.com, please. Him. Hey, Sifu, great content as always. What ended up happening between you and Sifu Redman after you? Nothing. See, Philip Redman's a piece of shit. I just don't care for him. He sat there and he's a hypocrite. And I found my old email exchanges between me and him. He's a liar. Oh, you challenged me and then you backed out of the challenge. Motherfucker, no, my emails are up there. I showed you nothing but respect by saying I'm going to come out to your school as a student. And Sifu Redman, I think he was a drunk because one night I go to bed and it's like I wake up and 3 a.m. there's just these comments all over my stuff on Facebook of him bashing me. I forgive, but I don't forget shit. And honestly, it's like I don't think about Redman until somebody brings him up. I don't think about shit other people until somebody brings him up. Then I'm like, yeah, that person's a fucking scumbag. So I mean, you don't ever expect me to wind up changing my shit. Hi, Melonhead. Bye, Melonhead. You talk a lot about Rickster drummer. You talk a lot about keeping pressure forward. How does it affect your Wing Chun structure if the opponent pushes forward? The pressure you got. There's a video I did where I had Carl, who's bigger than me, push into me, and you got to learn to step and shift at the same time. It's not easy. Like I used to be under the delusion that you could just turn with the force, dude. You fucking can't. You just can't, man. It's a pain in the ass. So you have to learn to wind up dealing with that. Or at least me, I have to. I don't want to speak for other people. Jack Tisson. I'm going to challenge every Hell's Angel in the USA to a BKB pit fight only using my left foot. Didn't you see, what was that movie where Brian Bosworth goes undercover at a biker gang and Lance Hendrickson was the main biker bad guy and he fights in the pit with that bodybuilder? Cold Steel or something. I don't remember what it was. An awesome 80s movie. 90s movie. I got to see if I'm missing anything for you guys. Yeah, Darren, hope I answered your question that, yeah, you were taught trapping correctly. I'm chilling for a couple more minutes. I'm going to try and, I don't know who I'm going to get for next week, but next week will be another conversation. All right. Other than that, I got nothing else planned for right now. Gonna keep doing review videos. You guys want me to review anything? You can always email it, izzowingchun@gmail.com. I got to, Greg, if you don't see me cover that content in the next 2 weeks, make sure you DM me or message me, email me at izzowingchun@gmail.com for flow drill about defeating wrist grabs. It pressure on the wrist brings up the elbow. Pressure on the elbow brings up the wrist, and that's essentially what I was going to call it. I don't know if I currently have any videos on it, but it's simply, you know, the context. Sifu Fo's a great one where he actually talks about spirals and structures, leverage points for that. But I like when my wrists are grabbed because it gives me access to my elbows. Damon Sharp, why did you take a Wing Chun system and why did you prefer Wing Chun? When I left wrestling, I was looking for something else to do. I tried Shotokan karate for a little while. I boxed for a little while, but I just didn't like boxing at all. And came into Wing Chun by accident. It lived in the space I was already familiar with, which was grappling. I didn't like going down to the ground, and the environment I was working at was like a 4 a.m. bar, so it didn't make sense to keep going down to the ground. And Wing Chun lives in that stand-up grappling space, and for me, I instantaneously fell in love with it. Jack, greetings from England, man. Who mispronounced your name? Did I say Fo? Every now and then I do. It's because I'm, you know, typical dumbass. I see Fu, and then your last name has an O at the end of it, so my brain hyphenates it. I don't mean to disrespect you ever. Santiera78, could you please explain proper Wing Chun elbow compared to other styles like karates? God, it's great that Sifu Fu's got this, because his channel, we just talked about this last week, about how everybody thinks that this is your tonsile position, but I've said it for years, there's training and application. My tonsile may be out here. I think there's proper elbow position for training and development of structure, but then where you apply it is where you apply it, right? When you go to driver's ed, you learn hands at 10 and 2, look in your rear view mirror every 7 seconds, signal 100 feet before a turn. But when you drive on your own and you're one with the car, yeah, you're eating a sandwich, typing on your cell phone, driving with your knee, adjusting the radio station. You're just becoming one with the car, but don't do that. Damon, you're very welcome. Very welcome. All right, guys. Anything else? A couple more minutes. If you guys got anything else, let me know. Getting old is no fun. Holy shit. All right. Mark Phillips is a great guy. We've never spoken. We've exchanged emails once years ago. Mark Phillips is under James Sinclair. James Sinclair, it was under Simon Lau. So it's like, plus Mark Phillips is I love his stuff too. He's got his YouTube channel really exploded and became something fantastic. Fight Science. Yeah, I like that guy a lot. I think he's got one of the best, he's been a pioneer in Wing Chun for years. Jack Tisson, I use Wing Chun moves all the time in the clinch in training. I may have got it wrong, but I think that's Wing Chun's strength. Yeah. It's like, can you make it apply? You know? A lot of fighting is state of mind. Ninja Assassin. Let's end on that. Ninja Assassin, don't come to my fucking channel and talk about shit that makes sense. Don't talk about truth. Don't talk about shit that, makes sense. Don't talk about that. Everybody wants to just talk about garbage and shit. And here comes Ninja Assassin talking all kinds of fucking truth. Great. Whatever. There you go. Thanks, Ninja Assassin, for ruining it for the rest of us by making sense. Jack, James Sinclair is awesome. Oh, man, tell him I said I'm a huge fan of his. When I first started in Wing Chun, I loved his stuff. Loved his stuff. All right. That's that. I want to touch base with you guys every Saturday, noon Central, 1 Eastern, 11 Mountain, 10 Pacific. I'm going to be getting a guest next week. I don't know who it's going to be, but again, sometimes I want to just touch base with you guys, have a conversation. Maybe it'll be like 3 guests a month, and let's set this structure. Let's do this. The second Saturday, no, we'll do the third Saturday, but next week I won't. I'll start doing it where the third Saturday of the month is like, questions and answer. And then I don't fucking know what I'm going to do just yet. I have to make up a decision in my mind. And guests the rest of the time. You guys have a great damn day. Thanks for it. Appreciate the trolls out there. Love you guys, because without you, what's the fucking point of doing this? And you still help the algorithm anyway, so I appreciate that. Guys, have a great fucking day. I'll see you guys later.